Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Backlog Billion. Here to talk about some more demos for some games that are coming out in the near future. Here's hoping that, I wish them all nothing but success on their games. But I'm here to talk about what I played in a little bit of time that I did put into these games. So, by all means, sit back, relax, and hear me out. 4 demos, 4 sections, 4 games. This video has been chaptered for your viewing pleasure. So sit back, relax. I'll see you on the other side. So for our first demo of the day, we're going to talk about Gurei, a Japanese-inspired boss rush style game developed by Lobo Saga Studios in Brazil. Now, like I said, it's a boss rush style game. Think somewhat along the lines of like what Cuphead, Alien Soldier, and a couple other things, right? But this game leans a little more towards the Soul styles of gameplay. Yes, I know that can be a little tiring getting something Souls-like, but I think this game has some kind of merit to it, especially being in a 2D format rather than a 3D. The world that you are in is devoid of color. The story itself unfolds as you fight against these kami to gain the powers, but this game has a little twist to it for me. I'm used to a lot of boss rush games or games that have like a lot of fights like this that sort of allow me to keep on fighting until I get it together and actually win the fight, learning the patterns, knowing when to strike, knowing what works where. Instead, with this game here, it works on a live system, but differently. You don't gain lives by going through normal levels. No, you get them by defeating the bosses you're meant to come across. Yes, this gives you limited tries to do the job against him, and if you just happen to not have the skills to hack it, you have to start from the top again. And you can go to each boss in whatever order you deem fit, like Mega Man. But I see how it works, and it even keeps track of the attempts you've made and shows which boss of power you last died at, especially if you run out of lives. But in my 30 minutes with it, I have to say, I don't think it's extremely difficult. It definitely has a challenge to it, no doubt about it. The combat is okay, but once you start unlocking things, it feels so much better in your hands because you have more to use in that moment. The art style is very nice, and I can get down with the grayscale look of things. The OST is perfect for this game. I think this game doesn't have a solid concrete release date as of yet. But here, we're gonna hope to hear something in the coming days, in the coming months. Hopefully they have an idea of when they want to put this game out. Now, excuse me if I mispronounced the name of this next demo, but this game here is called Divinum or Divinum, I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Developed by Sigil Games. This game is a hack and slash action platformer with some Metroidvania-like elements thrown in. Now, I found out about this game on Twitter because I've seen clips of it, and that's the reason it's in this video right now. And I like this one quite a bit. In this game, you take control of this guardian. Her name is Fior, if I said that right. I might be mispronouncing a lot here. Who is set out to protect her home island, but being blessed with the powers of the guardian, she sets forth to stop these invaders that are coming to take over. The game, in my opinion, has great pixel style art. Fior moves fluidly. The backgrounds and everything are super solid, but where is this game gonna shine the most? In its combat. My goodness, the combat. I'm very used to this style of game. I played many of them, but this game's combat is so nice and smooth. Fior fights with a level of intensity that I just love. The game's mechanics with the perfect blocks, the magic, the clashes of the weapons when you swing at the same time as an enemy. You have uppercuts and even aerial combos in this game. It has it all right here in this game. The prologue of this demo lets you get kind of settled into how things play at a basic level, but the mid-game section in here lets you loose with the creativity. It gives you so many things to work with, from the runes, the magic. It gives you a lot more mechanics to handle. It allows you to just go and flow out there on a bunch of enemies and gain new things. Like, you get to see some of the later enemies and even just kid around with those mechanics, and I like that a lot. That's a good way to kind of sell someone on their game, and I think they've done a great job with that. It was nothing but fun to me. I can't wait to see what Sigil has for the full project. The game, I pray, really hits home with people. No release date as of yet, but if Sigil Games is in the labs polishing this up, I have no complaints at all. Bring it when you know that it is ready for the masses. Alright, so here's our third game, and it's an interesting one to me because I don't know how this idea comes about, but it's called Raccoin Coin Pusher Roguelike. It is exactly as written on the tin. This is definitely different. We got Balatro, which is basically like roguelike poker. But now we got this. It's an interesting time we live in. So this game was developed by Raccoin, a 3-person team in China, and I must say that this as an idea is something I didn't think I would ever come across. But that's not a bad thing at all, because let's get out of the box a little bit more here and there, okay? It's fun to see this type of thing. Now, I don't have much to say in regards to this being a roguelike, but if you've ever seen one of these machines before in your life, whether it be at a random county fair or at an arcade of some sort, you know what this is. And I can't lie, I almost played this for about a solid hour when I was recording. I had to stop myself because I was so focused on hitting my marks and getting the scores up. But this is a charming little game to me. I love the owner Raccoin and how expressive he is. Once you're like done getting through the tutorial with him, just learning how to play the game, the mechanics of the game falls sort of in line with Balatro as you, after you hit the scores, you go into this shop and you buy the things that are going to help you out with pushing the coins further to gain your points, get your multipliers and everything you need. It's one of those games that I think someone would see the Raccoons and be like, I wonder what this is. Try it out. And me being a person that likes roguelikes, I almost sat with it longer than I have the other games on this list. But other than that, I like it. And this is a 3-person team working on this, so we will give them their time to polish this game even further and put it out when they are ready. I like what they have so far, because the demo could definitely be played for a lot longer than what you think. Trust me. Alright, so I'm a fan of rhythm games. I've played Osu, some Beat Mania, DJ Max, Project Diva, Rock Band, Guitar Hero, Taiko no Tatsujin, Theater Rhythm, you name it. I played quite a few. Maybe not a lot of the arcade ones, but you get the idea. This next game is called YunYun Syndrome Rhythm Psychosis, developed by Alliance Arts / YunYun, who I think is an artist here. It's gonna take me a little bit to explain this one. This is a very weird one in the midst of these other 3 that I've talked about. So this game takes place with you, the main protagonist, this girl named Cutie. And before I get any further into this short talk of it, when I started this game up, the game window opened. I saw it and I read across it said YunYun Syndrome Demo. But then all of a sudden, a small anime character walked across my screen. And then it went full screen. And she was staring at me through a camera and she asked me, "Are you receiving my signals?" Let's just say that spooked me to no end. I was not ready for any ounce of that at all. But back to the point. You play as Cutie. You're this hikikomori, basically the Japanese word for being a shut-in. You choose to be at home rather than to leave your own room. Outside is just too much for you, and in this case for Cutie, it is way out of the question for her to go outside. She's also like a chronic shit poster, and if you are in the know of these past few years, you know what a shit poster is, and you know a person that is chronically online when you see them. Okay, cool, we got it, nice. But now, her mom isn't too keen on this either with the way she is, and now as Cutie, you learn that she's a huge fan of this person called YunYun. Well, here's the funny part about YunYun. YunYun doesn't exist in the slightest. They are fictional, and the game starts to take place on Cutie's desktop, almost like your own computer. Cutie is speaking to YunYun through the computer. And even though she questions why she's constantly talking to this thing that doesn't really truly exist, not much is done about it as YunYun is leading her to believe some things. And this is where things truly kick off with the Denpa transmission. There's a lot of things that I don't know. I haven't covered the whole Denpa thing and I don't want to dive deep into that. I'll study it on my own time and I'll probably do a proper review later on. But it's the rhythm game part of this, and it plays a little something like DJ Max and Beat Mania. You play these songs, and as you nail these songs, you'll see QT typing out almost like her devotion to YunYun and typing up like theories and things of that sort. Like you get Doki Doki, which is, you know, basically something that helps QT get up and moving around the home. And there are 2 other stats which you don't get a chance to develop too well in the game. You can even text your mother, and like I said earlier, your mother's not really the fondest of you in this game and how you are as a person. It's a little bit to this game, and it has my attention, but I cannot lie that there are a lot of little hints thrown about when you pay attention to what goes on here. The rhythm game is there for a reason, But I think the things that are outside of the rhythm game are liable to keep you locked into this game a little bit more than what is going to present to you. This game did get pushed back. It has a window of April 2026 since it did have a delay. I will be keeping my eyes open for this, but I don't think this is for everyone. But I also must admit that it's probably one of the more out there of the demos that I played. It's very weird. I think it can be a little polarizing. If you're not into anime-esque or anime-style things, this game may not be for you. But if you are, if you love rhythm games and you like something that's kind of on the unsettling side of the table, I think this game may do it for you for what it presents. Trust me. YunYun Syndrome may be one of those games that get talked about for quite some time amongst a certain set of people. That's the best way I can kind of put this. Alright y'all, so those were the 4 demos that I wanted to talk about. I hope y'all find something interesting out of those 4. Hopefully y'all go and try them out. They're all on Steam. I can't say if they're going to be on other platforms or not, but if they are, by all means, try them out. I found them very interesting in their own little ways, and I think they're fun games to sit down and play. So when you get time, go check them out. But other than that, I'll see y'all next time, alright? Take care.